Let's get right into it. 12. Benjamin Franklin Effect. Picture this. You hate your coworker Karen from accounting. She steals your lunch, hogs the good printer, and somehow always smells like expired tuna. But then one day, you ask her for a tiny favor, maybe borrowing her stapler, and suddenly your brain does this weird mental flip-flop. Instead of thinking, ugh, Karen, you start thinking, well, Karen's not that bad. This is your brain refusing to accept that it just did something nice for someone it supposedly hates. So instead of admitting you're inconsistent, your subconscious just rewrites history and decides you must actually like this person. It's like your brain is that friend who lies to avoid admitting they were wrong, except the friend is literally inside your skull. The kicker? This works in reverse for love, too. Ask someone you're crushing on for small favors, help moving a couch, proofreading an email, explaining how taxes work, and their brain will start justifying why they're helping you by convincing them they must care about you. Basically, you're tricking people into loving you by making them do homework. 11. Physiological arousal misattribution. Your body is absolutely terrible at identifying its own emotions, like embarrassingly bad. Scientists figured this out by putting people on a scary suspension bridge and having attractive researchers interview them. Half the guys who met the researcher on the terrifying bridge asked her out afterward, while guys who met her on solid ground mostly just said, "Thanks for the survey, bye." Their hearts were racing from the bridge, but their brains went, huh, elevated heart rate, sweaty palms, weird feelings in my stomach. Must be love. It's like your nervous system is a drunk person trying to parallel park. Technically functional, but wildly inaccurate. This is why dinner dates are boring, but rock climbing dates create relationships. Your brain can't tell the difference between I'm terrified of falling off this cliff and I'm terrified of how much I like this person. So take your crush skydiving, to a horror movie, or just make them run up a flight of stairs before asking them out. Their cardiovascular system will do the rest of the work for you. 10. The mere exposure effect. Humans are basically like those people who claim they hate a song until they hear it 17 times on the radio, and then suddenly it's their favorite track. Your brain has this lazy shortcut where it assumes that anything familiar must be good because, hey, if it was dangerous, you'd probably be dead by now, right? This means that just existing near someone repeatedly will make them like you more. It's not romantic, it's not destiny, it's just your brain being efficient and assuming person I see often equals person who is safe and therefore attractive. You could literally become someone's office crush just by taking the same elevator every day. The creepy part is, this works even when people aren't consciously aware they're seeing you. Researchers have flashed photos of faces for milliseconds, too fast to consciously register, and people still rated those faces as more attractive later. Your subconscious is basically collecting data on everyone like some kind of romance surveillance system. How's that for meeting cute? Number 9. Reciprocal liking. Nothing makes people fall for you faster than the rumor that you already fell for them first. It's like emotional insider trading. Tell someone that your mutual friend mentioned how much you enjoy their company and watch their brain immediately start looking for reasons why you are obviously perfect for each other. This happens because rejection is terrifying, and your brain hates uncertainty more than it hates bad coffee. When someone finds out you like them, it eliminates the scary, what if they think I'm weird variable from the equation. Suddenly, they can actually focus on whether they like you, instead of spiraling about whether you think their laugh sounds like a dying seal. It's basically the dating equivalent of someone telling you there's pizza in the break room. You weren't hungry 5 minutes ago, but now you can't stop thinking about pepperoni. The suggestion plants a seed that grows into genuine interest, which is either beautifully romantic or deeply manipulative, depending on how you look at it. 8. The Chameleon Effect. Ever notice how you start accidentally copying someone's accent when you're talking to them? Or how you unconsciously mirror their body language without realizing it? That's your brain trying to build rapport by becoming a low-key identity thief. This mirroring thing is hardwired into humans as a bonding mechanism. When someone subtly copies your gestures, speech patterns, or even your breathing rhythm, your subconscious registers them as similar to me, and therefore safe to like. It's like your brain has this primitive checklist. Looks like me, talks like me, moves like me, must be good mate material. The manipulation potential here is obvious and slightly terrifying. Skilled manipulators will mirror your posture, match your speaking pace, and even adopt your vocabulary to make you feel an instant connection. It's like emotional catfishing, except instead of using fake photos, they're using your own mannerisms against you. Your brain falls in love with what's basically a human echo. And honestly, that's kind of embarrassing for our entire species. Number 7, the Scarcity Principle. Your brain treats love like a limited-time McDonald's menu item. The harder it is to get, the more desperately you want it. This is why playing hard to get actually works, even though it shouldn't, and why you suddenly become irresistible the moment you're unavailable. When someone is busy, mysterious, or just not that interested in texting you back immediately, your brain interprets this as valuable person with options, instead of person who might just be doing laundry. It's the same psychological trick that makes you want to buy concert tickets more when they're almost sold out, or makes you crave that restaurant more when it has a 2-month waiting list. The cruel irony is that being genuinely interested and available makes you seem less attractive, while being distracted by your actual life makes you seem like a mysterious prize worth winning. So essentially, the secret to being irresistible is to just have your own stuff going on. Your disinterest becomes their obsession, and your busy schedule becomes foreplay. Romance is weird. Number 6, Intermittent Reinforcement. Slot machines and toxic relationships have more in common than you'd think. Both operate on the principle that unpredictable rewards create the strongest addiction. When someone gives you attention sometimes, but not others, texting back immediately one day, then disappearing for 3, your brain gets hooked on trying to figure out the pattern. It compares her behavior on social media with her actual behavior. It's like your romantic feelings get hijacked by your brain's prediction algorithms. The most messed up part is consistent kindness doesn't create this same addictive effect. Someone who's reliably sweet and always responds to your texts is psychologically less interesting than someone who's randomly hot and cold. Your brain literally gets bored with healthy relationships and craves the chaos of unpredictable ones. Basically, we're all just rots pressing levers hoping for cheese, except the cheese is someone's approval and the lever is reading their Instagram stories. Number 5, the foot in the door technique. Getting someone to fall in love with you is basically like getting them to agree to increasingly larger commitments without realizing it. It starts with tiny requests that seem harmless. Can you help me carry this box? Do you want to grab coffee? Will you be my +1 to this wedding? And before they know it, they've agreed to emotional intimacy. This works because humans hate cognitive dissonance more than they hate doing small favors. Once someone helps you move apartments, their brain has to justify why they do something so annoying for you. The only logical conclusion? They must really care about you. Otherwise, they'd just be a sucker who got manipulated into lifting heavy furniture. Each small yes makes the next request easier to agree to. Coffee becomes dinner, dinner becomes staying over becomes keeping a toothbrush at your place, and suddenly they're in a relationship they never consciously decided to enter. It's like emotional contract law. You got them to sign increasingly binding agreements through a series of small concessions. Romance is basically just very slow, very intimate sales tactics. 4. The halo effect. Once your brain decides someone is attractive, it basically puts on rose-colored glasses made of pure delusion. That cute person who cuts you off in traffic, probably just rushing to help their sick grandmother. Your crush who never texts back promptly, obviously just really focused and deep, not rude or disinterested. This cognitive bias makes you automatically assume that physically attractive people are also smarter, funnier, more successful, and better human beings overall. It's like your brain gets so distracted by someone's face that it forgets to actually evaluate their personality with any objectivity. Their hotness creates a halo that makes everything else about them seem golden too. It's like your brain is that friend who thinks their new boyfriend is perfect just because he has nice eyes and drives a decent car. 3. Social proof. Humans are basically sheep who pretend to be wolves. We look around to see who everyone else thinks is attractive, then copy their homework. If you're surrounded by people who obviously think you're amazing, everyone else will start wondering what they're missing and want in on the secret. This is why being seen with attractive friends makes you more attractive, why having ex-partners vouching for you is weirdly effective, and why being popular on social media actually translates to real-world romantic success. Your value isn't just determined by your actual qualities, it's determined by how much other people seem to value you. It's like romantic crowdsourcing, except the crowd might be terrible judges of character, and now you're stuck dating someone based on their Yelp reviews from people who might not even know them well. 2. The peak end rule. Your brain is surprisingly terrible at remembering experiences accurately. Instead of storing the whole memory, it basically just saves the highlight reel, the most intense moment, and how things ended. This means you can literally hack someone's memory of you by engineering peak moments and strong endings. Plan dates that have one absolutely incredible moment, even if the rest is ordinary, and always end interactions on a high note. Their brain will fill in the gaps and assume the whole experience was as good as the best part. It's like your memory is written by someone who only remembers movie trailers. All the boring parts get edited out, and you're left with this highlight reel that makes everything seem more dramatic and romantic than it actually was. Your entire love life is basically a bunch of fake movie trailers your brain created to make your love life seem more interesting than it actually is. 1. The Suspension Bridge Effect Advanced Edition. Here's where things get really manipulative. Remember that suspension bridge study? Well, the effect goes way beyond just scary bridges. Any situation that creates physiological arousal, excitement, nervousness, physical exertion, even mild stress, can be misattributed as romantic attraction. Your body can't tell the difference between fight or flight and butterflies. This means that sharing any intense experience with someone can create artificial romantic feelings. Arguing passionately about something, working out together, being slightly drunk, having a really deep conversation about something you both care about, all of these can trick your brain into thinking you're feeling romantic chemistry. The scary part is that these feelings can be completely real to the person experiencing them, even though they're based on biological confusion rather than actual compatibility. You could fall in love with someone just because you met them during a stressful week at work, or because you had a really intense conversation about something you both care about. Your entire romantic destiny could be determined by your cardiovascular system having the emotional intelligence of a golden retriever who gets excited about everything. That's all for today. I'll be making more videos like this, so subscribe if you don't want to miss them.